a good girl gone bad, now she ain't coming back again. Lost in the world for a minute, ain't coming back again. She don't wanna be sad, no, she ain't coming.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I've got this traditional festive look for you all with a little humph, and I'll be working on my stunning model Shantae. So to start off, I'm doing the usual, which is just cleaning her skin and then spraying it. I'm going to use some primer, I'm going to prime her brows. I do all this stuff before I start proper makeup application.
Hope you find your way. She used to be the sweetest, now she all over the world now.
To start off the brows, I'm going to be using my brow waist from Anastasia Beverly Hills in chocolate, and I'm just using this to outline her brows and then gradually fill it in. Once I'm done with the chocolate brow waist, I'm going to go in with a darker one, which is dark brown, and I'm just going to focus this mainly on the outer part of her brow, so towards the tail, just to darken it up a bit more. So for her concealer, I'm going to be using the Studio Fix concealer in NC35, and then I noticed it was too dark for her skin. It was pretty much bang on, so I went in and used the NC25 shade instead. Now I'm just taking some of the brow powder in chocolate and dark brown, and I'm just using this to fill in her brows anywhere that's needed. And then I'm going to go in with that concealer, which is the same color as her skin tone, and I'm going to use this to clean up the top of her brows. And then after this, I'm just going to blend everything out. To prep our eyes for eyeshadow application, I'm going to be using this creamy concealer from NARS and Custard, and then I'm going to be setting it with a skin tone powder. And I always do this whenever I'm doing eye first because I feel like it just helps the eyeshadow last longer. So for this tutorial, I pretty much use like all Inglot eyeshadows, and I'm going in with this number 341 first as her first transition color. And then you guys already know I'm going to warm up the eye area, and I'm using this orangey color also from Inglot as well. And then next, I'm going to be taking this chocolate brown color in 298, and I'm just going to literally pack this towards the outer corner of our eyes. So once I'm done doing this, I'm going to be using some gel liner as the base for my black eyeshadow, which I'm going to apply on after this. And I'm just kind of doing like this winged liner thing. I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, oh, let me try and create like something Michelle Palmer inspired. So anyways, I'm going to be using this black eyeshadow from my Urban Decay Naked 2 palette. I'm literally just going to pack this on top of that gel liner. Now I'm just going in with a blending brush, and I'm just going to blend that black eyeshadow out. And then next I'm going to take the dark brown shadow I was using and use this to further blend out the black eyeshadow. Next, I'm going to place some of that dark brown shadow in the center of her lid. Now I'm going to be taking my Paintpot in Soft Ochre, and I'm going to be using this as her eyeshadow base, and I'm just applying this towards the outer corner of her eyes. And then I'm going to be going in with this matte shadow from Inglot in 330, and this is going to be like the main eyeshadow color. And then I'm just going to go back in with dark brown and just apply more in the center of our lid. So this is kind of like the transition between the nude shadow and the black eyeshadow. I'm just going back in to blend that eyeshadow using some of the warm orange eyeshadow I used earlier on, and then I'm going to go back in with the dark brown as well. And then finally I'll use the very first transition color I used just to blend everything together and make sure there are no harsh lines. And then when I'm done with the eyes, I'm just going to clean it up using some baby wipes. To open up her eyes a bit more, I decided to use the Soft Ochre Paintpot on her waterline instead of a black liner because she has pretty small eyes and I wanted her eyes to look very wide and super opened. And then I'm going to go in with these two brown eyeshadows from Inglot, and I'm just going to like smudge this onto her lower lash line. And I am literally just like creating this cat eye effect just to make our eyes look bigger as well. And then finally I'm going to take some of that black eyeshadow and smudge this towards the outer corner of our eyes. So onto the skin, I'm going to start off by color correcting, and I'm using this yellowy concealer to correct any redness in her skin, and then I'm going to use this coral color to correct like the dark circles under her eyes. And then once I'm satisfied, I'm going to go in with this 2 foundation, AJ Crimson mixed with Inglot, and I apply everything all over her face, and I am just buffing it out into her skin. And a step is to always spray your brush. I always use my e.l.f. primer spray. This just helps everything stay and blend really well together. To highlight her face, I'm going to be using the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in Custard, and I'm just applying this to the areas of her face that I'd like to highlight, and then I'm going to be going in with a damp beauty blender to blend this in. So once I'm done highlighting, I'm going to contour next. And to contour her skin, I'm using my LA Girl Pro Concealer in Beautiful Bronze, and I absolutely love this shade for like bronzing up fairer skin tone. It's just like literally the perfect bronzer. So I'm just applying this to the areas of her face that I'd like to bring, you know, dimension to, around her nose as well. Before you came up, and finally, like I always say, I always go back in with the foundation brush and make sure to blend between the contour, the highlight, and the foundation. This step is so important to make sure everything is seamless and flawless. To set her highlighted areas, I'm going to be using my Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Please, I know, if you ain't trying to spend that money, she gon' leave ya, leave ya. She a good girl, now she ain't coming back again. To set the rest of her face, I'm going to be using my MAC's Miniralise Skin Finish in Medium Plus, and I'm just applying this to everywhere else that I didn't apply the highlighting powder. She say life is a drug, but she lost in the world. I hope you know I gave you up. So before contouring, I decided to further bronze up her skin a bit more, and I'm just using that MAC's Miniralise Skin Finish powder in Medium Deep, and this is just like 2 shades darker than her powder, and it really did like a great job in just like warming up her skin. And then to further contour her skin, I'm going to be using my ABH Contour powder in Java. You used to be the baddest girl, when I lie, you still the baddest girl. I'd be lying if I said I don't miss that old thing, girl. So once I'm done contouring, I'm just going to go back in with the powder brush and dust off any excess powder on her face. When you go to sleep at night, press replay, yeah. She a good girl gone bad, now she... For her blush, I'm going to be using my MAC blushes in Gingerly and Peaches, and these are like new pickups, and I absolutely love them because they're so subtle on fairer skin tone. So I'm just dusting off some of that excess powder, and then to highlight, I went in with my Becca highlighter in Opal, and guys, this highlighter had Shantae glowing for the gods. It is gorgeous on fairer skin, absolutely stunning. Now I am just going to soak her face in some of my Skindinavia setting spray. So onto the lips, the first color I'm going to be using is my Anastasia Beverly Hills liquid lipstick in Bloodline, and I'm just going to apply this all over her lips. So to create that like ombre-ish effect, I went in with this Wicked lip stain from Lime Crime, and it's a darker red color, and I just pretty much applied this to the outer corner of her lips, and then I just got her to like blend it together, and that gave like a nice red ombre effect on the lips. For her lashes, I went in with my Ardell Demi Wispies, and these are like my favorite wispy lashes to use, especially on people that have like pretty small eyes. It just looks so pretty and subtle on, and I'm just applying some liner onto the lash band so everything blends well together. And then finally, I'm just using some mascara to blend in her normal lashes with the falsies, and I think we have come to the end of this look. So thank you all so much for staying tuned. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you all enjoyed this tutorial, and if you did, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. You guys know all that good stuff, and I'll see you all in my next video.